You know, it's not very often that I get invited to places that are truly awe-inspiring. And it's certainly not very often that I get the keys to the place. Now, of course, they didn't just give me the keys to such a private and exclusive club here in Monaco without some kind of oversight. I was left in the very capable hands of Mr. Jean Thomas, director of the Monte-Carlo Cigar Club. Mr. Thomas, thank you so much for inviting me into this beautiful cigar lounge and club, and of course this humidor that was built by Massimo from DeArt. Absolutely gorgeous place, and you are of course the director of the Monte-Carlo Club, and I understand you are also a lover of cigars. So I'd like you to just, describe this place to me, because this place is just incredible.
Yes, it is. In fact, we have a walk-in humidor that was designed and built by DeArt, Massimo Di Munari from Bergamo in Italy. We are very proud, and we're happy to mention that because they are top-notch. They're really at the top of their job worldwide, and we are happy that they wanted to do this for us.
Yeah.
The walk-in humidor is in fact the heart of the club. We stock about 16,000 cigars in here.
Incredible.
Yes, we have another 20,000 that we keep in another regulated temperature and humidity room, but it's not exposed. All the cabinets are full, and we have 276 different cigars here available for our members. They can sample them, of course not really start touching everything, but
yes,
indeed they can look at the cigar. Being helped by our cigar sommelier, they can make their final choice. They can enjoy the cigar in a beautiful lounge or on the terrace in Monte Carlo. So,
of course,
weather permitting, we try to enjoy the terrace as well. And I have to say that with this stock, we are pleasing our members and our esteemed guests. So, yeah, it's a pride for us.
I mean, for me, as soon as I walked in, it is absolutely stunning. It took me by surprise. It is floor to ceiling, it's all the way to the ceiling, and we've got boxes all around.
Absolutely.
The selection of cigars is amazing. I mean, when you first walk in, it's just a wall-to-wall Cubans. However, as you make your way further down into the humidor, there are a few New World cigars as well.
Absolutely.
But there's a smaller selection of New World cigars, and I wanted to know, I mean, of course, that was intentional, but is that because of the market that we're in, or why was the Cuban selection significantly greater?
Excellent question. One has to admit that the Cuban cigars are really loved and they're very renowned. So automatically, the demand for Cuban cigars will be greater, and that's for sure. We had the opportunity, in close collaboration with the Régie du Tabac et des Allumettes of Monte-Carlo, to acquire quite some Cuban cigars, and we have to respect the budget. We're a company. I have to respond to questions from my finance department. So I only had that amount of money to spend to stock my first humidor. So we were appealed by the available Cuban cigars, and we did invest a little bit more in the Cubans. But nevertheless, we have a beautiful list of non-Cuban or New World cigars. We firmly believe that they are as interesting and diverse as the Cubans are. We'll see at the reaction of our members. Of course, we are a members club, so we have to listen to their demand and requirements. But we'll always have beautiful non-Cuban cigars as well, that's for sure.
One of the things that I noticed immediately as I walked in is this ladder over here, and it just reminds me of like a library. And is that something that you've taken inspiration from? I mean, I can appreciate you need the ladder because of the height and how many cigars you have, and reaching up to the top is probably going to be difficult. But it feels as though you've taken inspiration from like a vintage library, and you thought, we'll take elements from that. I mean, maybe I'm just stabbing in the dark over here, but what do you think?
Not at all. In fact, we're a very historical building. The Casino of Monte Carlo was built 162 or 163 years ago by our founder, Mr. François Blanc, who created the first resort in the world. It's the Société des Bains de Mer, and that includes the Hôtel de Paris and Hôtel Hermitage. This was a premiere in the world that you would enjoy many things on one location owned by one person. And this very person, Mr. François Blanc, has his offices exactly where the lounge is and where the humidor is and the bar is. That was his apartments and his office. And our architects, Mr. Moinard and Mrs. Betaille, thought about bringing some of that history back. We have pictures of how it looked like in the past. We recuperated the chimney and the fireplace, and we indeed tried to copy a bit of a library using the ladder, but it has practical reasons. We have 4-meter high ceilings, and we want to utilize the space. Square meters are very expensive here in Monte-Carlo, so we really built up in height. It happens with the buildings, but it does happen in walk-in humidor as well.
Yeah, I mean, I can appreciate when you have almost 4,000 cigars available, it's going to be difficult to stack them all at the same level.
Yeah,
so it makes sense that you're giving yourself extra room on top, and then you're able to store far more cigars. Speaking of the cigars, there are some amazing, and I'm just looking around, even from this angle, there are some incredible cigars, some of my all-time favorites. However, there is one thing I noticed a little bit more, which is, I wouldn't say strange, but just a very interesting choice, and that is there is a wide selection of Kdors. Now, Kdors, I understand it's beloved in France, and it is a brand that was developed from the for the French market. But generally speaking, people don't tend to have a lot of Kdors. It's a brand that I love. But you do have a wide range of Kdors cigars here.
Absolutely. And you're right, it is not the top of mind, it's definitely not the most loved one, and it makes it definitely very interesting and attractive as well. You can surprise somebody with a Kdors who's never smoked it before. It's a very elegant cigar. We are in a French-speaking country. Monte-Carlo, Monaco is a French-speaking country. We are surrounded by France. We do have probably one of our number 1, 2, 3, top 3 guests here are French-speaking. So definitely we had to have the Kdors. But the Kdors has a wide range of very interesting cigars, some special editions, some very, very absolutely delicious cigars. We wanted to have them, and I have to say, so far, when it were recommended by our sommelier, they came back with a very, very good reaction. So yeah, we're happy, but it's indeed a lesser known cigar.
Do you know what I love about this humidor? It's the fact that as much as you've got some wonderful cigars, like you've got the regional edition over here for El del Mundo, which is a gorgeous, gorgeous cigar, and you've got limitadas, you've got Gran Reservas, you've of course got every single Behique which is currently available, but the thing that I truly enjoy is the fact that you're not shying away from a lot of the standard production cigars that many people fell in love with. It's just pleasing to see that there's such a wide range of cigars that cater to a lot of palates, as opposed to just like, this is an expensive place, so we have to have expensive cigars only.
Yes, we are cigar lovers ourselves. And it is out of passion and love for the cigar that this whole story started. And we got an okay from our board to start it. They are cigar aficionados as well. And we all have to admit, on a regular day, and from the start when we've had our first cigar, they were regular production cigars. That's the cigars we fell in love with. That's also the cigars that we have kept the taste in our mind, in our mouth. And honestly, that is the cigar I would smoke on a normal day, in a normal way. And I think that the special and exclusive editions, they are great, they're fantastic. That has to be a Sunday cigar or a birthday cigar. And we have to keep that, because if you start smoking Behique every day, which is fantastic, but it becomes the normal. What is next?
Exactly.
It stops somewhere. So keep the Behique for an extra special day and have a fantastic Partagas number 4, the most produced or most smoked Cuban cigar on a daily basis, or something like Vegas Robina, like El Rey del Mundo. Why not? it doesn't have to be an exclusive edition, although we like them and we have them, but we care about having a nice mix.
Making them, keeping them as special treats keeps the value, keeps the keeps them
exclusivity,
as the special
the
cigars.
value,
Yes, of
indeed.
course. As you said, as you quite rightly put it, if you smoke a Behike every day, then where'd you go from there? What's so special about a Behike to you then?
Absolutely.
And completely agree.
And let's be honest, there is some scarcity. We haven't got the possibility to buy as much as we want. We do our utmost to have enough cigars. It is somehow easier to have production cigars than exclusive cigars because everybody's fighting for exclusive cigars. So we will have them, we'll always have them. We'll have them in more limited numbers, and we like to keep it available for everyone. So I will always encourage my members to, from time to time, smoke an exclusive cigar, and on a regular basis, go for the regular things. There are plenty of good stuff in there.
It's been a pleasure talking to you, Mr.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And welcome.